Not long ago, the Book of Tobit came up in the readings that we have at daily Mass. And the Book of Tobit only comes up once every great while, so I just want to kind of whet your appetite about why reading the Book of Tobit is so worthwhile. And maybe above all, it's the story of this great saga, this adventure of a father sending his son out on this kind of wily adventure. So just for those reasons alone, it's worth reading. Maybe a more deep reason to read it, and that is what Catholics believe about the Bible is this, that the Old Testament is revealed in the New, and the New lays hidden in the Old. You can look at certain things in the Old Testament and see how the New Testament is really best understood. Sometimes you can read the New Testament and, let's face it, sometimes it can be difficult. The Gospels, and Jesus is doing all these things. In the Gospels, you have St. Paul, you have St. Peter, you have other letters, you have the Acts of the Apostles. Sometimes when you read things in the Old Testament, it kind of brings it all together, and that's true of the Book of Tobit. Here's what I mean. And at the very beginning of the Book of Tobit, you have this man named Tobit, and he's throwing a big festival. It's right around the Feast of Pentecost. Here's what the father says to his son, Tobiah. My son, go out and try to find a poor man from among our kinsmen exiled here in Nineveh. If he is a sincere worshiper of God, bring him back with you so that he can share this meal with me. Indeed, son, I shall wait for you to come back. That's the first time in the story the father sends his son out, but to find a poor man to share this great festival with. It's one way of interpreting the whole of the New Testament. God sends his son out to share this great banquet, this great feast. In fact, Jesus himself uses an image very similar to that in many of his parables. Now, a little bit later in this great saga, what happens is the father, Tobit, undergoes some adversity in his own life. He finally will send his son to go to a place called Media, where the father has hidden this inheritance, and the son goes to get this inheritance. While he's there, Tobiah falls in love with Sarah, and the rest of the story focuses very much on this love story. It involves the casting out of demons and the overcoming of these obstacles to this great love story. Again, what does that reveal about the New Testament? But it reveals that through it all is a story of love. Think of the very end of the New Testament where you see Jesus in this great wedding banquet with the church. So I hope this kind of whets your appetite. Spend a little time with the Book of Tobit. Oh, I forgot to mention this. It's not that long. So you can actually plow through it in one reading, seeing it, this great wisdom, these great prayers, of all this great saga, this great epic adventure through which you can understand more clearly the New Testament itself.